Millions of baby boomers are set to retire over the next few years, but more than half of all retirees, so 56%, admit they are unsure of their retirement savings. That same study finds 1 in 5 say they have nothing at all saved for retirement. Joining me now to discuss how you can make saving for your golden years easier is Jim Poolman. He is the Executive Director of the Index Leadership Council. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Do appreciate it. So 88% of Americans are not very confident that they have enough saved. Wow. What are the contributing factors here?
Well, sometimes, Jennifer, first of all, thanks for having me. Sometimes retirement planning or the thought of retirement planning can be intimidating and daunting, and the longer you put things off, the easier it is to put it off. And so our message is start today. Educate yourself about retirement planning, and frankly, start retirement planning as quickly as possible. It doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be intimidating. And hopefully those stats will get better the more we educate people across the country about how they can start.
And some would argue that's kind of easier said than to be done, only in that, you look at your monthly bills, particularly if you have children and you're paying for education or everything else that kids cost. How do you do that in terms of deciding how much you should save?
Well, that's a great question, and one of the things that we encourage people to do in the comfort of their own home, which doesn't have to be intimidating, is go use our retirement calculators. For example, at our website, fiainsights.org, people can start educating themselves about what they can put away, what they'll earn on that money over a period of time, and what they might be worth at retirement by using those calculators and figuring out exactly what they can afford to contribute, and then what that might be worth at retirement. Taking that first step of educating yourself, participating in your own retirement plan if your company offers one, saving outside of a retirement plan in a product like a fixed indexed annuity, for example, which can offer you guaranteed income for life. All of those things take education, and you can do that in the comfort of your own home.
And, we hear this all the time, spend less and save more. Again, not always an easy thing to do, but I think it's about having more of a critical eye on how perhaps you're spending your money.
Well, that's exactly right. Basically, saving one night out for dinner, for example, can make a significant difference over time in what you have for retirement. So taking a look at your expenses, where you may be able to cut out just a dinner here or there, or a short vacation or something like that. People don't understand many times when they put a budget together or examine their expenses what they might be able to cut out and how that can change the landscape of your retirement over the long term, especially when you have the time value of money on your side. That's why it's important to take a look at one of those calculators, sit down and start coming up with a plan, which starts by examining your expenses.
So can you tell us about your new game? It's called the Master of Retirement. I have to tell you, I took, the kind of the easier portion of this because it's broken out into 3 levels. And I learned a lot about how many Americans are not doing, quite frankly, what they should when it comes to getting ready for retirement.
Well, one of the things that we wanted to do was start a conversation, and of course everybody loves trivia. And so what we wanted to do is create basically a trivia game to allow the conversation to start, and in the meantime learn a little bit of something. And so Master of Retirement basically allows you to go in and in a fun way learn some statistics about retirement, learn how you can start planning about for your retirement, and basically then start the conversation so you can take it one step further. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it doesn't have to be intimidating, and we wanted to make it an education about retirement in the least intimidating way as possible.
Jim Poolman joining us. Thank you very much, Mr. Poolman. Do appreciate your insight. Something I learned from his game. 3.5 billion people lack an understanding of basic financial concepts. That's a lot of people around the globe.